Doing a few little upgrades on the trailer today. Got some new batteries, a few little wires, and some connectors, and I'm going to work on installing a second battery and cleaning up some wires today. Small little updates on the trailer build here. I finally worked up enough money to get a second battery installed, so now I have two of these 12-volt lawn and garden batteries in here. I don't need a crazy big battery setup in here because I'm not running anything crazy. Still got my dual solar and house power chargers. This one runs off the solar panel. This one has a 12-volt laptop charger into it that I can run off of house power to charge the batteries either way, off of house power or the solar panel. So now I have two 12-volt batteries in here. I got a nice little vent right there for airflow to keep everything cool. I've tucked up and tied up some wires back there. The fan is running a lot better now that it has a good juice amount behind it. I have bought this little air purifier because Arizona air is terrible and I'm from East Coast and have a hard time breathing out here, so there's that. Also, a new little cable that I've installed runs off the power system, but it has an end on it, so I can charge the Jackery from out here or from way up there too. I have a cable running all the way up here over there to be able to charge the Jackery from way back there. Yep, it's all come together one day at a time. So I've had a few people ask me how I set up the batteries on the trailer, or how I was going to set up the batteries on the trailer. And the way I've got them wired up is I have them wired in parallel, so I get more amp hours, but still the same 12 volts that I'm looking for in my system. So parallel, what you do is one battery negative to negative on the other battery, and then positive on one battery to positive on the other battery, and then your standard positive out, negative out to whatever you're trying to power. That's how I have it set up on the trailer here. So I get 12 volts and about 70 amp hours between the two batteries. I may install a third one here eventually, but two should suffice for now for what I'm powering in the trailer. I don't have anything crazy in here, so this will work just fine between the batteries and the two chargers that I have, charge controllers. Once again, the top one is run with a laptop charger, 110 volt into the laptop charger that goes into this controller to charge the batteries. And then the bottom one has the solar panel input into the charge controller to also charge the batteries. And with the 110 setup, all I got to do is just flip that switch and I don't have house power. And this top charge controller eventually shuts off. Usually takes a minute or two for it to register that there's no power coming in, but it does eventually shut off. I'll give it a minute here and see if you can see it shut off. The light bulb down here on this end, you can hook a light, whatever you want to it, but I usually don't hook anything to it. I usually don't hook a light to it because it tends to kind of flicker on and off sometimes. Let's see if that thing will shut off. Usually, this is the input right here. So this is house power coming in. This is your battery here in the middle. And then this is another power out, technically, that you could use for something. See if that thing will kick off. It shouldn't stay on because there's no house power coming into it. I don't think the solar panel's putting out enough power to keep it on, but there shouldn't be any house power coming in because I've unplugged it. Yep, see, there it goes. Now it's registered that there's no power coming in, so this charge controller is no longer charging anything. It just shows me the voltage that I have, 12.3. And then the lower one here, let me scoot some wires out of the way here. And you can still see on that one, this is the one with the solar panel connected to it. This one still has power coming in, and this one doesn't. So that's how I have this all set up.